Good morning, students all. Last class we are discussing about the freely falling body. What are the equations of motion of a freely falling body? We wrote. What are that equations? First one, V is equal to gt. Next, T is equal to root 2h by g, or h is equal to half gt square. Next, V is equal to root 2gh, Sn is equal to g into n minus half. These are the equations of motion for a freely falling body. Clear? Up to here we discussed in the last class. We'll continue the remaining. Okay? Next, second point you write down. Ratio of distances traveled in first, second, third, so on. Second is 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to so on. So freely falling body we are considering. We are considering a body which is freely falling. One body is falling like this. Okay? For example, it is taking 5 seconds to reach the ground. It is taking how much time? 5 seconds to reach the ground. In the first second, if it travel a distance x, in the second second, it will travel a distance 3x. In the first second, if it travel x distance, in the second second it will travel a distance 3x. In the third second it will travel a distance 5x. In the fourth second it will travel a distance 7x. In the fifth second it will travel a distance 9x. Understanding? So the ratio of distances traveled in first second, second second and third second and nth second, that ratio is 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to so on 2n minus 1. How this is came? Mathematically will prove that one. Okay? So here freely falling body na u value will be 0, a value will be equal to g. Understanding? This is the freely falling body. In the first second, it traveled a distance s1. So s1 is equal to g into n minus half. N place we had to write 1 because in the first second. So this value will be equal to g by 2. In the second second, for example, it traveled this distance. Let it be s2. Then s2 is equal to g into 2 minus 1 by 2. This value is equal to 3g by 2. In the third second, for example, it traveled this distance. So S3 is equal to g into 3 minus 1 by 2. So 6 minus 1 means 5g by 2. Like this ratio Sn, if we take g into n minus half, this is g by 2 into 2n minus 1. Clear? If you take this ratio, all g by 2's will cancel So S1 is 2, S2 is 3, S3 is 2, so on. Sn is equal to 1 is 2, 3 is 2, 5 is 2, so on. 2n minus 1 we will get. In this way, we will get this one, ratio of distances travelled in first second, second second and third second and nth second are right here. Nth second of a freely falling body will be 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to so on, 2n minus 1. Okay, next third point. Third, what is that? See, ratio of distances travelled in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, so on, n seconds is 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to n square. Previous one and this one both will be different. So here what they are asking, in 1 second, in 2 seconds, body is falling like this. After 1 second, let the body came here. After 2 seconds, it came here. So, in 2 seconds, it travelled this distance. In 3 seconds, it came here, for example. In total 3 seconds, it came from here to here. 4 seconds, let it reaches the ground. Okay? This ratio will be 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to so on, n square. So total 2 seconds, this one. Total 3 seconds from here to here. Third second means this only. Second second means this only. Total 3 seconds means here to here. Observe the difference. Second second, 2 seconds different. Third second only this one. 3 seconds from here to here. Fourth second only this one. 4 seconds here to here. So ratio of distances travelled in 1 second, 2 second, 3 second and n second. That ratio will be 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to so on, n square. How this is came? So for freely falling body, S is equal to total distance travelled means we had to use the formula S is equal to half gt square or H is equal to half gt square we had to use. Okay. So distance travelled in 1 second, 1 by 2 g into 1 square. So this value will be equal to g by 2. Then h2 is equal to 1 by 2 g into 2 square. So I am writing it as 4g by 2. Of course we can write it as 2g or keep g by 2 because g by 2 will cancel. h3 is equal to 1 by 2 g into 3 square. This value will be 9g by 2. hn half g n square. This g by 2's will cancel in all of this. So h1 is 2, h2 is 2, h3 is 2, so on hn. 1 is 2, 4 is 2, 9 is 2, n square. This ratio will be equal to 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to so on n square. direct theoretical questions will be there, and these concepts will be useful while doing the problems. Understanding? Next, see the third point. This is third completed. Next, fourth one. Next, fourth one. Ratio of times to cover equal distances. Ratio of times to cover equal distances. T1 is to T2 is to T3 is to so on is equal to 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to so on. Okay? Ratio of times to cover equal distances. T1 is to T2 is to T3 is to so on is equal to 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is 2 means what is the meaning of this one? See, this is freely falling body, na? It is falling like this. For example, this is a 5 meter. To cover first 1 meter, some time it is taken by the body. To cover next 1 meter, definitely body will take less time because here no velocity. When it came here, velocity will be there. Again next 1 meter to cover. Again next 1 meter. If you observe the times to come from here to here, this will be more compared to this. Compared to this third meter, this time will be more. To cover this 4 meter, this time will be less comparing to this or this or this. Gradually that time will decrease because velocity of the body will increases when it is coming down. What is the ratio of the time to cover equal distances? That is the question here. Okay. Here S value will be equal to half gt square SRH. Then from that we can write T is equal to root 2h by g. This is the time. Then okay. To cover first h meter, this is really falling. This is first h meters. This is next h. To cover this one, it is taking time t1, like that I am assuming. So t1 is equal to root 2h by g. Okay. Next, this total distance h, 2h. To cover this, it is taking a time t2, like that I am assuming. Then t2 is equal to what will happen? Root of 2 into 2h by g. To cover this entire, it is taking a time t2, like that I am assuming. So this will be 2 into 2h by g. This value will be root 2 into t1. Clear? To cover this total distance. From here to here it will be t1. Here to here it will be T2. So this distance it will be equal to T2 minus T1. So this value root T1 minus T1, this is equal to root 2 minus 1 into T. Once again listen, to cover this time height, how much time? T1. To cover from here to here, let the time is T2. Then T2 is equal to how much? 2 into distance value will be 2h by g. Since root 2h by g is T1, this value root T1. This is T2, this is T1. To cover from here to here, to come from here to here, what is the time? T2 minus T1, that will be root 2 minus 1 into T. Okay? Next. To cover next h, time to come from here to here, let this will be T3. Then T3 value will be how much? 2 into distance, this will be 3h by g. This value root 3 into T1. Here to here, how much time? Root 3 into T1. Here to here, up to here how much time? T2. Up from here to here T3. This gap T3 minus T2 is equal to root 3 T1 minus root 2 T1. This is equal to root 3 minus root 2 into T1. If T1 to cover first h meters, it is the time is root 2h by g. To cover next h meter, time taken will be root 2 minus 1 into T1. To cover next h meter, this is the time. If you observe calculate the ratios, so T1 is to root T2, T2 minus T1 is to T3 minus T2 is to so on. This is equal to T1 is to root 2 minus 1 into T1, root 3 minus root 2 into T1, so on it will be there. T1, T1, T1 will cancels. 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to so on. Okay? Ratio of times to cover equal displacements will be 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to so on. At least remember that line, ratio of times to cover equal displacements by a freely falling body is 1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to so on. If you remember the procedure also, that will be very, very good. At least direct sentence will be there in the examination. Remember that lines. Okay? Next. This is fourth one. Next, fifth. A freely falling body took times T1 and T2. A freely falling body took times T1 and T2 to reach points A and B in its motion, then distance between A and B is AB is equal to 1 by 2 G into T2 square minus T1 square. Distance between A and B is AB is equal to 1 by 2 into G into T2 square minus T1 square. This is the shortcut. What this question is saying, freely falling body is there. This is freely falling body. This is freely falling body. Okay? It reaches the point A after time T1. So, to come from here to here, how much time it is taking? T1. It reaches the point B after time T2, means to come from here to here, time will be T2. Then this AB will be equal to 1 by 2 G into T2 square minus T1 square. How that is came? See, I am a starting point, I am assuming it is A, O. Then freely falling body, for freely falling body, H is equal to half GT square formula. Here OA is equal to half GT1 square. Here to here. This distance half GT1 square because time is T1. OB is equal to how much? Half G into TT, half G into T2 square. This AB is equal to OB minus OA. OB minus OA. This is equal to 1 by 2 G into T2 square minus T2 square. OB is this one. OA is this one. If you substitute, finally we will get half G into T2 square minus T1 square. So what is the question here they are asking? A body is freely falling. After 2 seconds, it reaches the point A. After 4 seconds, it reaches the point B. What is the distance between A and B? 1 by 2 G into T2 square minus T1 square. This is one more shortcut relating to freely falling body. Shortcuts are useful to save the time. Okay? Next, after finishing of this, next sixth, a freely falling body. A freely falling body travels through two points. A freely falling body travels through 2 points A and B. A and B at distances H1 and H2 from the start. from the start. Then time taken by it to travel from A to B is T is equal to root of 2 by G into root H2 minus root H1. This is the formula. This is one of the shortcut. Freely falling body is there. This is freely falling body. At point A is at a distance H1. Point B is at a distance H2 from the start. They will give H1, H2 values. They will ask to calculate from A to B how much time it is taking. Point A is at a distance H1 from the start. Point B is at a distance H2 from the start. Then what is the time taken by the body to move from A to B? Here T1 is equal to what will happen means square root of 2H1 by G, freely falling body. Second equation. T1 is equal from here to here, how much time it is taking? Root 2H1 by G. From here to here, how much time it is taking? T2 is equal to root 2H2 by G. Here to here, how much time? Root 2H2 by G. From here to here, A to B. Time taken by the body to move from A to B. Time taken by the body to move from A to B is equal to T2 minus T1. So this is root of 2H2 by G minus 2H1 by G. So root 2 by G into root H2 minus H1. Root of 2 by G into root H2 minus root H1. In this way, we'll get that one. Okay? Next. With the last point, we will close this freely falling body. What they will ask? How the question will be there means a stone is dropped in a well. Okay? For example, this is ground. Well will be like this, na? In the well, water will be there. Of course, nowadays it is difficult to find a well having water, but well water will be there. Okay? A stone is dropped into a well. A stone is dropped into a well. And the splash of sound is heard after t seconds. The splash of sound means what? When this stone touches the water, it will produce sound. Okay? That sound we heard after t seconds. Then find the depth of the well. Like that questions will be there. Okay? So, a stone is dropped into a well and the splash of sound is heard after t seconds. Then what is the depth of the well? Means simply it is a freely falling body. So I am assuming h is the depth of the well. So t is equal to root 2h by g. They gave time. They find, if you want to find h means this will be wrong approach. How the question will be there? See, a stone is dropped into a well. A stone is dropped into a well and the splash of sound is heard after t second. A stone is dropped into a well and the splash of sound is heard after t second. Then t is equal to root 2h by g plus h by v sound. This formula you have to use. Simply if you use t is equal to root 2h by g, that will be wrong approach. You have to use root 2h by g plus h by v sound. Why like this? This stone, to come to here, it is taking a time t1. Okay? When this stone touches the water, it will produce sound. That sound should travel from here to here, because observer is here. That person is here, he dropped the stone. This sound, it should go from here to here. It is taking some time. That time, this is t2. So what is t1 here? Time taken by the stone. Time taken by stone to reach water. Here to here. What is t2 here? Time taken by sound. This sound, it is produced here only. It should reach to him. Time taken by sound to reach observer. So this time will be freely falling body. So T1 is equal to root 2h by g. It is sound is traveling in the air. So velocity is equal to distance by time. It is traveling in the air with some velocity. Velocity of sound in air is constant. So from that T2 is equal to, from this, h by v sound will come. So this formula you have to use whenever you saw these lines. A stone is dropped into a well and the splash of sound is heard after t seconds. Find the depth of the well means you have to use this formula. If you use t is equal to root 2h by g, that answer will be wrong. You remember this word. They will always mention splash. The splash of sound is heard after t second. Find the depth of the well. Then you have to use this formula. With this, freely falling body is completed. Totally 4 parts are completed. What is the first part? Distance, displacement, problems on that, shortcuts on that. Second one will be speed, velocity, average velocity, acceleration, that will be second one. Third one will be horizontal motion. Fourth one will be freely falling body. Fifth one will be vertically projected body. We will discuss some points relating to vertically projected body. It will take maximum one lecture to finish. Then we will start doing the problems. All of you compulsorily keep the book with you when we are discussing the problems. Then only your work becomes easy. Easily you can understand. Books are must and should. Come to the college, collect the materials. When we are doing the problems, book should be there along with the mobile. Then only you can able to understand. Okay? Today we'll stop with this.